Hello, this is Chiak. We are back again with another set of The Raven Remastered, where, yeah, our main character here, which I don't know why I keep forgetting your name. Our main character here, Constable Zellner, there you go, that's your name, is got onto the ship by no fault of his own. So, we know when he meets up with the guy. Okay, so we're tied up. I think I vaguely recalled this. Actually, that's a lie. I vaguely recall being tied up and having to... I don't know, I feel like the last time I had to use a walkthrough. Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Oh, no. Okay, that's a no. Alright, what about this? Kick it open? Really? Not that either? Pull cloth. Okay. Something. What was that? What was that? No, seriously, what was that? Where is it? Okay. How are you going to use the flat iron? Never mind. Oh, look at you. Why are you pushing yourself back? You clearly need to get whatever's in there.
Ow.
Freedom! One half of freedom. Oh god, this... Honestly, that seems a bit precarious. What exactly are we doing with this? Are you about to do something very dangerous? Okay, I'm gonna take that as a yes. Oh.
Ouch. Damn. Ah. It would be best if no one found out about this.
Okay. So, examine the pipe. That's what we got hit with. Oh, that's nice of them
There's some blood
to...
and hair stuck to the pipe.
Thank you for leaving the
Hair
evidence.
I really can't afford to lose. I'll hold it on the blood-spattered end. After all, we already know who the victim is.
Okay. Why do we need this pipe, though? I mean, attacker is clearly gone. Alright. Examine the cell. Oh, this is what?
Detention cell for crew members? Or maybe for rowdy passengers?
Okay. Well, we have lights, so I can finally see what's going on here.
The cargo hold seems to be used as a changing room for the crew as well. Or at least the part of the crew that doesn't do their work in white suits.
Alright. Oh, wait, something is here. Examine the crates with a bullet hole.
The shot hit this crate. The question is, was the gunman actually trying to hit it? And if so, why?
Excuse me, monsieur. What shots are you talking about? I don't recall a shot. I recall the sound of getting hit with a pipe.
Maybe the gunman just wanted to intimidate me. I can't imagine a more effective warning.
No, seriously, what shot are you talking about? What shot are you talking about?
It's too dark to make out anything inside the hole. I should take a closer look later.
Do we still... wait. We have a metal pipe, but we don't have... okay.
A chair is the last thing I need right now. I was sitting long enough over there in the corner.
Okay. No, but seriously, what shot are you talking about? Alright, well, Let's just look at everything down below here and then we'll go up.
I can make out a corridor, but no details. The glass is too dirty, and there's no light in there.
Okay, we can open the bulkhead. Don't tell me that's going to be our way out.
It's no use. The door seems to be locked from the other side.
Okay, that answers my question. Nope, nothing doing here.
Rear pressure bulkheads usually only open from one side. So if a room were flooded, a drowning sailor wouldn't be able to open the bulkhead and endanger the whole ship. Unfortunately, I'm on the side without the locking mechanism.
Okay, interesting.
Rear pressure bulkheads usually... So if a...
Okay, this is a repeat. Alright, that should be it here then. Excuse me as I... Alright, so let's go up the stairs, because I don't think there's anything more. Yeah, I think the stairs are the only thing, besides, like, the bullet hole in the crate with the gunshot that I don't even remember. Oh, okay. I was like, someone's waiting for me. It's, does this break the 180-degree rule? Sorry, that reaction scared me.
Whoever locked the door is stronger than me.
What? Okay, why are you
Whoever
not
locked
using... You used your metal pipe before. Use it now.
I should be careful. The gunman may still be nearby.
What are you up to, Zellner?
I was jumped in the cargo hold.
Of course you were.
Here, look. Careful how you hold it. There could be fingerprints on the end.
Surely you don't expect me to believe you.
Do you not have injury on your head?
I was inspecting the trunk. I found it in the cargo hold, and it was clear that someone had hidden inside it to board the ship.
Some people are willing to go to great lengths to be a part of this journey.
Indeed. Whoever it was, they struck me on the head from behind with the pipe while I was looking for clues. Oh, and they shot at me as well.
Ridiculous. You wanted to come along, orders be damned, and so you found a way to stay here. I should throw you overboard.
I would have dreamed up something less painful.
True. That doesn't look good.
See? And there's a bullet wedged in a wooden crate down there. I don't have a gun.
The doctor should have a look at it. Come with me.
I feel like the doctor should have a look at should come before about the bullet about the bullet hole.
Inspector Legrand and Constable Zellner. So you have decided to join us on our journey after all.
So it would seem. We are searching for Dr. Gebhardt.
I'm just fine, Captain Conti.
The Conti.
I'm in control. I can manage. Tell James he absolutely must wake me at 10:15.
Certainly, madam.
Absolutely.
I shall see that he does.
And now I shall return to my chambers. You'll be in the bar tonight at 10, Inspector?
If that's what you wish.
It will be spectacular. I promise.
The fresh sea air, and perhaps a glass of champagne to many. But I'm glad that you decided to join us on our journey to Cairo.
Not quite voluntarily.
So he says.
I was jumped from behind.
But no, that is...
Dr. Gebhardt should have a look at him, Captain De Conti.
Of course. Please, have a seat in the saloon, Constable Zellner. I'll summon the doctor. Ah, Doctor, there you are. Our brave Constable Zellner was attacked.
Struck on the head.
Oh. Sit down, please.
Now, please, tell me exactly what happened.
Where are
I
we?
think you've got a
Just-
stowaway on board. I was jumped.
Intolerable. I'll have the crew search every nook and cranny of the ship. And of course, Mr. Zellner, you are cordially invited to travel as our special guest.
Good to know that at least one man doesn't want to throw me overboard.
Is it bad?
Yes, it hurts a lot.
I spoke with Dr. Gebhardt.
He suffered a violent blow to the back of the head. I cannot really say how bad it is.
But I can. It really hurts.
Maybe you want to check for a concussion, you know, instead of just the back of his head, but sure.
Where are we? And what time is it? I must have been out for ages.
It's just after 8 p.m.
You just missed dinner. But we'll all meet here in the saloon at 10 o'clock to have a drink together. Greeting the passengers personally is a tradition I will not break, even on this unusual journey.
How many fingers do you see?
3 fingers.
Okay.
Why didn't anyone come looking for me? Didn't anyone notice that I didn't come back from the cargo hold?
We did search for you, but we couldn't find you.
Who was supposed to search the cargo hold?
Constable Oliver. I'll have a talk with him about that later.
I should hope so.
You're all right now, Constable. The bleeding has stopped, and the wound looks good. You may have a mild concussion. You just need a good night's sleep. And tomorrow, your only worries will be a headache and an impressive bump.
Is checking for eye
That's a good
dilation
enough
thing?
reason to
during
celebrate.
this time?
Enough about crooks and thieves. From now on, you can start to enjoy your free cruise.
Inspector,
What?
a dark shadow. Upper deck, just now.
Go, let's have a look.
I'll join you.
Me too.
No, you stay here.
Do you want to make this an argument?
Robert,
Zellner,
go
you
to
might
the
have a mild
Baroness and don't
concussion.
let her out of your sight. Zellner, you're coming to the port side. Doctor, you go to starboard. I'll start at the forecastle and work my way back to the 2 of you. Understood?
But
He's like, I'm the doctor, don't...
Baroness von Trebitz.
Oh, you're gonna...
Hello?
You're gonna be...
Baroness von Trebitz. Open the door.
Alright,
Dr. Gebhardt
Geb-
insisted on
Gebhardt?
coming along. But now he doesn't seem to be sure if that was a good idea.
I mean, he does, you know, maybe someone will get really drunk and he needs to attend to his duties. Go to side deck. Is that the only thing I can do here? Just hold on. Excuse me as I do the perusal. The mouse... Talk to... Okay. Can we... Oh, we can talk to him now. Sorry.
Are you okay, Doctor?
oh, of course. Why wouldn't I be? It's just that... Well, I would prefer to come with you.
You heard the inspector.
Okay.
All right, Doc. I'm off.
Oh no, I'm not going on a manhunt all by myself. Are you okay? Maybe you had better take a rest, in case the blow was more severe.
I'm okay.
Zellner, up here.
Come on. I think it came from up there.
Alright, good checking, everybody. We really checked this side of the ship.
Sure, you just wanted to get a breath of fresh air. Zellner, look who we have here.
Well, if that's not our shadow.
And our stowaway.
Spent any time hiding in a trunk recently?
Me do nothing.
He claims to be part of the crew. Just wanted to get some fresh air.
Of course.
Baroness won't open the door, sir.
Understood. Take him to the detention cell, Robert. You were right. There was a stowaway.
Yes, but he can't be the Raven. He's too young.
Right, but that doesn't mean that the Raven isn't lurking here as well.
What was that?
A shot!
It came from one of the cabins.
Okay, a lot of stuff is happening right now. It's just one thing after another.
Oh no! Baroness von Trebitz? Baroness! Open the door!
Are... Okay, there we go.
Step aside, please.
We have a murder on our hands, gentlemen. Hurry, Zellner. The murderer still has to be nearby. There's practically no one on deck. Anyone who's outside is a suspect. This time, we'll get him.
Oh, good God.
Zellner, are you okay?
Yes. Come on. We have to.
Pass out. Pass out. There we go.
Zellner! Zellner! Murder!
Ah, you awake? Sleep well, did you?
I did sleep voluntarily.
I didn't fall asleep voluntarily.
It doesn't matter. We got along just fine without you.
What's the state of play? How was the Baroness killed?
The Baroness was shot in the chest at close range. We'll know more once the doc finishes examining the body in the medical centre.
And no one saw anything suspicious?
No one saw a shadowy raven leaving the Baroness's cabin, if that's what you mean. A lot of people heard the gunshot. Inspector Legrand wants to question the passengers again this morning, once they've all calmed down, and he's had a chance to examine the evidence.
Have you arrested anyone yet?
You mean besides the Arab?
He could hardly have committed the murder. You must have been with him when it happened.
We heard the shot on the forecastle. I locked our friend in the detention cell in the cargo hold, and then went up to assist Legrand. You were already sleeping the sleep of the just.
Any other suspects?
No. Seconds after the alarm went off, the decks were swarming with frightened passengers.
Yes. A clever way to stay incognito during the commotion.
But we still have our primary suspect, the Raven.
You really think he's returned?
Well, I think that no one knows as much about the Raven as Legrand.
But still, it all seems so incredible. I suppose that you and Legrand inspected the crime scene and the surroundings.
Of course, and we already hit the jackpot. The murder weapon.
Really? Where did you find it?
On the gangway. The gangway for boarding the ship folds up and hooks onto the hull when it's not being used. The murderer probably wanted to throw the gun into the sea. He casually dropped it overboard.
But it landed on the gangway.
Bad luck.
But Legrand and I were on the side deck right after the shot. There was no one there.
Maybe the murderer threw the gun away later. We recovered it in the early hours.
I didn't pass out last night because of the blow to my head, did I?
Seems unlikely. Inspector Legrand thinks you were drugged.
But how? The champagne.
Who gave you the glass of champagne?
Captain De Conti.
Interesting.
It should be possible to find traces of the tranquilizer in the glass. About the champagne, Shouldn't it be possible to find traces of the tranquilizer in the glass?
That is exactly what Legrand is trying to do.
Without a laboratory?
Oh, he's got a lab. His cabin is packed with all the latest forensic stuff. It's quite impressive what the inspector can do.
A competent man, no doubt. And surprisingly well prepared.
And diligent. He's been at it all night with his brushes and tinctures and glasses and everything. Working like a man possessed. I wouldn't want to be the Raven now.
I think I'll look for Inspector Legrand now.
Do what you think's best.
You won't get rid of me. I'm here to stay, Constable Oliver.
Be that as it may, Inspector Legrand ordered me to guard the cargo hold with our special guest. That's fine by me. Inspector Legrand may be able to get by without sleep for days on end, but not me. It's not easy playing with the big boys, Constable Zellner.
No, it certainly isn't.
Alright, so go downstairs. I'm assuming go into the saloon. Is that it? Okay, so this is just a... I want to say transitory area, but I'm not quite sure if that would be the right term. Either way, let's go into the saloon. I see. We have a breakfast buffet. Nothing here, nothing here. Okay, anything further in? Oh no, wait, look, I said look out, but examine deck chair, why?
I'd really like to lie in the sun and take a nap, but I don't have time for that at the moment.
So I'm gonna assume first things first, we want to, can we pick up this newspaper? Nope. Anything? Oh, there's literally nothing here. Examine speakers.
These things made quite a racket last night. I couldn't hear myself think.
Okay, let's do the... Oh, so, okay, that was... Or is that just enter saloon? I thought there was something... Examine
Did
chain of
Edison
lights.
have any idea what would become of his invention?
Okay. Lie in the sun. Go to the side deck. Let's go to the side deck. There's no point for me entering the saloon again. Go to after deck. Okay. I do not know these terminologies, so... Oh wait, examine gangway.
Curious. One can easily toss a gun into the sea from almost anywhere on the ship without being noticed. And yet, the murderer chose the one spot where it's not actually possible. The gangway is hard to miss. Why did the murderer drop the gun on the gangway? They must have noticed their mistake, even if their back was to the sea. So, why didn't they take the gun and throw it a few meters farther into the sea? I suppose the life jackets are stowed there, close to the railing, close at hand in case of emergency. I hope I don't find myself needing a life jacket.
Okay. Nothing more there. Go to forecastle. Did they say forecastle or forecast? There's Constable Oliver.
It may not seem like it, but Constable Oliver is actually a very effective watchman.
Do I detect some sarcasm there, sir?
The stowaway surely didn't sleep well last night in the cargo hold, although his cell is probably more comfortable than my cabin, and more spacious. I have to talk to the young fellow right away. Even though he was already under arrest at the time of the shot, he may have noticed something before. If I want to get into the cargo hold, I'll have to get rid of the constable first. He won't let me talk to our young friend.
Okay, so we need to get distraction, look at sea, examine the shuffleboard equipment.
I wonder if this game is an advanced version of bocce. Maybe the inventor realized that it's difficult to play ball games on a boat and came up with an alternative.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume I should have went downstairs first.
Salty sea air in my old lungs, wind in my thinning hair. If I hadn't become a policeman, I could have been a sailor.
So I guess before heading downstairs, where I'm assuming everything is, let's go upstairs. And is that? Okay, here we go. Go upstairs. It's like, did I miss it?
We were here yesterday when we heard the shot, and it was also here where Legrand caught our stowaway. The
Examine
ship's
door.
bridge. 2 men, one of them navigating. I get the impression that the officers keep things running. It seems like the captain concentrates on the passengers and the bar. I better let the men do their work. If one of them had detected something yesterday, he'd already have informed Legrand or the captain. The grate must be part of the ship's ventilation system. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay, so I do have some sort of recollection of this grate here being an issue for me during a previous
The grate
playthrough.
shouldn't be so easy to open. Did the stowaway open it and we caught him in the act? No. The pipe is too narrow. He wouldn't fit in there. I guess the cover has been defective for a while.
I mean, so far, like, from what I can tell, things that are going to halt you in this game is not finding certain items. Or some of the puzzles can be tricky because you're reusing things over and over and over again. Examine pipe.
This
What
isn't
pipe?
a panoramic deck for visitors. There are pipes, steel cables, chains up here. You can smell the smoke from the funnel. I have no idea how the ship works, and I really don't care, as long as it stays afloat. I could inform the captain that the grid has to be repaired, but if I start reporting all the problems on the ship, I'd have to shelve my murder investigation.
Okay. And we have no items on us. So we're going to have to come back here and open this grate. I think that's it for here. Oh,
Were the
is that-
tarpaulins arranged like that on purpose so that no one could put them back in order once they get in? You can tell at a glance that everything is ship-shape with this boat.
Okay, I think that's it now. So let's go to the lower deck. Enter medical center, go upstairs. Just examine hallway, alarm. Anything else here? Examine pinboard.
An evacuation plan? And some tips from the doctor for avoiding seasickness, sunburn, and the like. And here, a schedule of activities. A drink with the captain, a shuffleboard competition on the forecastle. That's about it. A real barrel of fun.
Sorry, what's it? How's it pronounced? Forecastle?
A model of the Lydia before it was rebuilt. It used to be a freighter. The wide hallways, the cabins, and the saloon were added later.
There's something here. I don't know if.
Come in.
Okay, that's. Oh, okay. Hello, body.
Hello, Dr. Gebhardt.
And there's the next one.
Excuse me?
You want something else from me, don't you?
I'm afraid I do.
What a first day at work. Well,
I am told that I was drugged.
that's how it seems.
What can you tell me about it?
Me? Why should that be my business?
Haven't you analyzed the glass?
No, I haven't. The inspector said he's the better chemist. I'll let him do it. That way I could at least concentrate on the body.
Okay.
Do you know whose glass I drank from?
What do you mean?
Captain de Conti handed me a glass of champagne. But where did he get it?
I don't know. Did you ask him?
I'm just asking because you were also in the saloon when the champagne was served.
Yes, but I only entered the saloon a few seconds before you did. I didn't manage to get a drink myself.
Which, in retrospect, is lucky.
Ah, you're right about that.
What's the result of your examination of the victim?
She's dead.
I didn't make you work all night long, Dr. Gebhardt.
She was shot. Point-blank shot. Probably with a pistol. It seems like she was lying in bed. The shot struck her heart. She died immediately.
One shot?
More were unnecessary. And we only heard one shot, no?
And there's just one entrance wound.
Just one.
Have you already removed the bullet?
Did Legrand send you? What is that Frenchman's problem? I already told you. I will get in touch as soon as I have it. That is also what I told the constable, who he kept sending all night long, once I finally got rid of Legrand himself.
Did he look over your shoulder?
He probably wanted to take the scalpel from my hand and hack away himself. But this is my surgery, and I will not let amateurs interfere with my work.
That's understandable. How much longer will it take?
I have just finished. Send my regards to His Majesty.
Okay.
Thanks. Do you think the Baroness might have been drugged? She was very tired and unsteady when Legrand and I saw her.
Yeah, I heard about that. I must have just missed her in the saloon. And without having seen her myself, it is hard to make a diagnosis.
Of course. Can you say something about her general health?
She was quite overweight, and the butler said that she suffered from diabetes. Despite that, she hadn't visited a doctor for several years.
Doesn't sound good.
Happens more frequently than you might suppose. Some people are scared of doctors and pay with an early death. It is possible that the Baroness wouldn't have lived much longer anyway.
I think that's it for now.
No. That is it for now, then, and later. I'm going to lie down for a few hours. Can you tell that to your boss?
But... Could I at least have the key?
Absolutely not.
But if we have to examine the victim again...
Then the esteemed inspector knows where to find me. In my cabin. In bed. Good night, Constable Zellner.
Okay, I'm gonna assume... I'm gonna assume he... It makes it sound like he was up all night. Examine the plant. Why? Excuse me.
A pitiful attempt to make the interior of the ship seem less dreary. A bit of paint on the walls would have helped more. Especially since a plant won't survive long without daylight. There are little stones in the flower pot. Not only does the poor plant have to make do without sunlight, it doesn't have any soil either.
That's it? Okay, so the doctor's sleeping, so now the medical center is off limits. Let's head to the constable.
That is Legrand's cabin.
Alright. He say
I'm not
examine.
paying for this trip, and that's a fair price for my cabin. It's rather... plain, shall we say.
Don't sound like you're complaining. You're the one who said that you weren't paying for this trip.
Come in. Ah, Zellner, are you ready?
Good morning, Inspector Legrand. My head is pounding, but I think I'm okay.
Chloral hydrate.
Hmm?
That's why you have a headache. I found traces of it in your champagne glass.
And this chloral hydrate?
Is a tranquilizer. Can be dissolved in alcohol. The effect begins in minutes and lasts for hours. Who gave you the glass of champagne?
I believe it was Captain de Conti.
If believing were enough for us, we'd have become priests, Constable. Be a policeman and find out for sure.
Understood. What have you found out so far?
The Baroness was shot in the chest at close range. We heard the shot. The murderer quickly fled the cabin and dropped the murder weapon over the railing later. A simple story so far.
But why was her cabin door locked?
Exactly. If the murderer wanted to make it seem like a suicide, he'd have shot her in the head and left the gun at the crime scene.
And if it was murder, why did he go to all the trouble of locking the door from inside? And how did he manage that anyway?
Especially since we arrived just a few seconds later and didn't see anyone near the cabin.
Something doesn't make sense here.
No, it doesn't, and it's driving me crazy.
Sorry, I can't help but notice the pictures in the background. I'm trying to what year does this game take place? What was the state photography then? Do you have a dark room somewhere? Sorry, I'm genuinely curious.
Did you find the murder weapon?
On the gangway on the side of the ship. I suspect the murderer tried to drop it into the sea. He would have stood close to the railing to let it fall unseen.
And since he doesn't know the ship, he had bad luck and dropped it right onto the gangway.
Indeed. And do you find that probable?
Not a bit.
Neither do I.
What kind of a gun is it?
A pistol. A Luger 08.
Antique.
Manufactured 1,000,000 times during and after the First World War. Austrian model. The owner is David Kreutzer, the violinist. We found him tonight totally drunk on the bow of the ship. He confirmed that it's his gun, but he claims that it was stolen from him.
Fingerprints?
Nothing. But it's worth mentioning that the clip was missing 2 bullets.
And it's definitely the murder weapon.
The ballistic tests are incomplete. Actually, I've been waiting far too long for the bullet recovered from the corpse. Pay the good doctor a visit, Zellner, and see that he does his job.
About the bullet, here it is.
Excellent. Give it to me. As I suspected, a 7.65 Parabellum Luger.
Don't you want to examine it in more detail?
When I have time. For now, though, we can assume that we have the murder weapon. There can't be too many antique Luger 08 pistols on board.
May I take a look at the Baroness's cabin?
We already searched it thoroughly.
Sure. But what about now, by daylight?
Yes, fine, it can't hurt. Here, take this with you.
Thanks. I'll let you know if I find anything important.
But only then, please. I'm very busy.
Of course. You think that the jewel thief is the murderer?
Our friend would have needed another key to open the safe and steal the second eye, the one the Baroness was carrying. At least, that's what we implied.
What do you mean?
The Baroness was famous for her forgetfulness. I convinced her to give me the third key. It seems safer for the eye.
The thief searches the Baroness's cabin looking for the third key.
She returns from the saloon earlier than expected.
Surprises him, and he can't allow her to identify him.
He imprisons her until the coast is clear, and then shoots her.
And thus, the thief becomes a murderer.
But still doesn't have all the keys.
Okay.
Do you believe the violinist?
He'll be the first person I question. He claims he can't remember anything from the last few hours. Says he drank a bottle of schnapps.
He was on the train, and he doesn't have an alibi. His drunkenness could be a smokescreen.
He fits the profile. He travels a lot, has access to high society. Could be interesting.
Are you sure that there's no bomb inside this time?
Professor Lucien locked it in front of an audience, and it will be opened for the first time in Cairo.
Let's hope so.
It would take hours to crack it, and you'd need heavy machinery.
Or the keys.
Or the 3 keys, that's right.
Do you really think that the Raven is behind all this?
He wrote the letter that was on the safe in the train. Without the letter, we wouldn't have opened the safe and the bomb wouldn't have exploded.
But it doesn't seem like him, does it? The Raven was famous in part because he never hurt anyone, much less killed anyone, during a burglary.
It's his handwriting, and he called me Nico. No one else does that. I chased that man across Europe for years. It is him. It has to be him.
But the evidence...
Enough.
I'll be on my way. I want to find out who gave me the drugged champagne.
Good idea.
Inspector Legrand, are you okay? Maybe you should take a break.
I can sleep once I've caught the Raven. Goodbye, Constable.
Be seeing you. Legrand is risking not just his career, but his health as well on his hunt for the Raven. He's working like a demon. Maybe that's why he caught the Raven and no one else.
Okay. But with that, I'm going to have to end the set here. So, next set These
little sachets contain the evidence we've collected. At least the evidence that fits in little sachets.
Okay, so we're going to be collecting evidence at some point, looks like. But, yeah, so I guess we're going to be next set questioning passengers and stuff to find out who that drugged champagne was actually for. So either way, thank you for liking if you liked, thank you for commenting if you commented, thank you for subscribing if you subscribed, thank you for favoriting if you favorited, thank you for simply clicking on this video. Until next time, guys, see ya!